It's me versus the Shield 3-on-1. This is the most pushed 3 guys since like Bobby Lashley. They've pushed and protected all 3 guys, and they're like, "You're going over," and I was like, "Okay, that's what you want." And then they stress and they grab me and they stress, but you got to make Roman look really, really strong. And I was like, "No, I was just gonna fucking shit on him and beat him."
Yeah.
You know, I was just gonna tear through him and fucking Superman the shit out of him and just GTS all 3 of them at the same time. You know, whatever. I was like, "Yeah, I get it. Okay." So while we're putting the match together, every 2 minutes somebody new is coming up to me. "Hey, you got to make him look really strong." So I got so sick of Michael Hayes and everybody else coming up to me, people who aren't even involved in the match. "Hey, you're making him look really strong, right?" And then finally I said, "You know what? You know what would make him look really strong? If they beat me. Because 3 guys can't beat 1 guy. That's fucking dumb." "But no, but Vince wants you to go over." "Okay. But you got to make him look." God damn it. I fucking get it. I know how to do the job. Shut the fuck up. But if one more, like, I'm just going to fucking put him over. That's it. I'm going to put him over. And then they're going to look really strong. And then you're going to be happy, right? Well, no, because they want you to go over. But you have to make them look strong. It's just the mentality. I said it boggles my mind how Daniel Bryan has not figured into your plans to be in the main event of WrestleMania, because this is his fucking year. Just like 2 years ago, it was my fucking year, and I was white fucking hot, just like he is now. And what did you do? You fed me to this guy, and I pointed right at Hunter. And Vince was just like, this is the concussion talking. I can't believe you're saying any of this. You're in the main event. It is a main event. You're wrestling Triple H. And I turned to Hunter and I said, "All due respect, I do not need to wrestle you. You need to wrestle me. I do not want to wrestle you. I seriously resent you for not putting me over 3 years ago when you should have. That would have been best for business, but you had to fucking come in and squash it. Like, it didn't make any business sense then. It doesn't make any business sense now. And I'm in a position now where I can tell you that I don't have to, and nor do I want to wrestle you at WrestleMania. I don't care if I was supposed to win, which I was. I didn't care. I didn't want to give him the fucking privilege." Do you understand that?
Yeah.
I said a lot of shit in there. I told him again, and Hunter was gritting his teeth, and I knew, hey, I mean, he never liked me. It's one of those situations where you always hear the stories in the dirt sheets about, oh, Hunter says this about Punk and all this negative stuff, but me and him in a room together, never any good vibes. Always negative. The way he would always look sideways at me, the way he always treated me. For instance, a simple courtesy call. Hey, that is the European tour. You can't do the movie. We're going to have Randy do it. But he thought he didn't have to do that because I was a piece of shit.
Listen, you tried to convince me when you were white hot after your first match was.
I tried to convince myself.
Yeah, and convince yourself to convince me, saying that this guy coming out of retirement and beating you and then going back into retirement.
Did he He did that, didn't he?
Yes.
He came out of retirement.
He was gone. Came back. You were his first match, and then he went back to.
And then he went away again. Yeah.
To stop you.
Yeah.
I mean,
so Hunter goes, Punk, you were in the best match of WrestleMania last year, and that was the main event. And I was like, I'm not fucking stupid. The main event is the last match. You can push it to people who buy the pay-per-view that, there's 4 main events. There's one main event. There's always been one main event. And I deserved it. And I still deserve it. And now Daniel Bryan deserves it. And you think you're just gonna give it to Batista and Randy? And I made this argument. I was like, when you look at the roster, how many active members of the roster have been in a WrestleMania main event? How do you expect anybody to get fucking better? AHL hockey players have to play with NHL hockey players in order to get better. I needed the experience of a main event at WrestleMania with somebody who is equal or better than me so I could learn, so I could further become an asset to the fucking product. So I could draw more. instead of always being told, well, you're not a draw. How do you know? Why don't you give me a fucking shot? And anytime they did give me a shot, I knocked it out of the fucking park, ran, caught the ball myself, and then fucking shoved it down their fucking throats to remind them, yes, I am all that, and then some, and more. And you fuckers just, what it boiled down to is that it was an old, out-of-touch man's decision. No, this is going to be the greatest main event of all time. And then they wound up changing it. And I'm so fucking stoked that Daniel Bryan got his fucking main event. That they can never take that away from him, ever. Whether they want to make fun of him or what not. But Hunter told me I was in the main event because I wrestled The Undertaker. And I turned to him and I said, tell me that I got paid the same amount of money as you, Brock, Cena, Rock, or, whoever. And he was like, and once again, he had nothing to say. He didn't say anything. And I was just like, right on. All right. I said, I'm out of here. I mentioned something about the piss test. Hunter goes, well, Dave just took the same piss test you did. And then I just looked at Hunter and I went, did you? And he had nothing to say.
Right.
I don't even know if I want to cover the Ryback stuff. That took 20 years off my fucking life. Jesus.
We're not here to knock anyone.
No, but I was beat up and I was torn up, and then John Cena got hurt, and they're like, "Oh, well, how do you feel about this guy? He's definitely not ready, but you can carry him if you want." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, great." So that took 20 years off my life,
right?
Because
to add up, so you're already beat up. I'm
already beat up, and then I have to wrestle steroid guy, and he's very. I call it like I see it. He's very hurty. Sometimes deliberate. Sometimes deliberate.
Hurty.
There was one time he kicked me in the stomach as hard as he could, and he broke my ribs right at the tail end. And like that. I never got an apology for that. He was something else. Real piece of work. Boom, that guy. Can you work Ryback? And I said no. And once again, Vince goes, I'll owe you one. And then I said, that's 3 you're going to fucking owe me. I said, this guy hurt me last time. No, it's going to be different. Like, he went away for whatever reason. He turned heel. He's going to be a Paul Heyman guy. It's going to continue the feud with Paul. I was like, do you not see a problem with going from Brock to Ryback? Like, it's just whatever. But all right, I'll try to fucking make it work. I was more interested in working with Curtis Axel to try to fucking elevate him because Triple H did such an awesome job at doing it, even though he promised him he was going to. That's the bitter part of me fucking creeping out, ladies and gentlemen. So,
but it's bitterness out of wanting to see young guys who deserve it being elevated.
So I acquiesce. I say,
great work.
All right, I'll work Ryback. And I go up to Ryan and I go, hey man, clean slate. Let's fucking kill this. Let's fucking show them, that you're better than they think you are. Let's show them that I'm better than they think I am. And let's fucking, let's turn this mid-card shit into a fucking main event. Yeah, I'm really excited. Great, blah, blah, blah. First night out, gorilla press through a table, fucking misses the table. Dumps me on the concrete fucking ground. Tilts my fucking pelvis. Fucks me up for weeks.
So let's add we're adding physical fucked
Everyone,
upness
well, I'm compensating because my knee is still fucked.
Right.
Both my knees. You know what I mean? The one that just had surgery 6 months ago and the one that was fucking torn up and I refused to have surgery on. I just wanted to rehab it, which I did. And then like now it's at the point where I walk up to him and I go, you can't tell me you didn't do that on purpose because you've done it so many times now. You either tell me right now you're dumb as fuck and you suck, or you did it on purpose. And he was like, I'm dumb as fuck. I'm sorry. And like, there's nothing at that point, like there was nothing I could do. In my mind, there's like, well, great, I'm fucked. There's nothing I can do. So I work him. It hurts. I had a tag match. It might have been me and Dragon against Daniel Bryan. I'm sorry. That's how I met him. With Curtis Axel.
Such an indie nerd, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm a big mark. There was a match where he kicked me in the ribs as hard as he could. Like he took a shot at me, and I was just like, man, this is fucking ridiculous.